Hello, hello, and welcome back. This is Coffee Break Crafting. We've finished our book, and this is the new project that I'm going to be taking into 2025. So, in my Ko-fi, you will find a full image like this, only obviously it has white on the back there. You will have a full image like this, and then you'll have half size ones. So if you wanted to craft along but you don't want a big A4 book, you only want a small sort of A5, then obviously you can use the smaller one. Now I've got to be honest and say this is not really my idea. This came to me when I watched a video by Joanna Clough, who'd made the most absolutely beautiful gatefold journal of a Christmas toy shop. Obviously copying's not good, so I'm not doing a Christmas toy shop. Christmas is gone for me, make wise anyway. So what I've got is the 3 printouts from my Ko-fi, which are totally free. You can go and get them if you want to join in. I've got a cereal box that I have cut the front, the back and one of the sides off for a spine. And then I've printed out these 2 images that I'd already purchased from Sam Paul, but obviously you could print out or cut out from a magazine whatever it is that you want to use for your shop. Now mine's going to be like a French boutique-y type shop. Okay, so this one would work and it would have the name of the boutique in it as well, or I could use this one, but you see this one is really too small. This one would work in the smaller one, so I'm going to use this one, and obviously you can use whatever you want. So I'm going to cut this out because obviously you need to fill your window before we put it onto the card, because once you put it onto the card obviously you can't fill your window. So I've cut that one out, and as I say, I'm just going to place that on there. That double side of the window works perfectly well between the 2 ladies, and we've got that nice background. Okay, so I'm just going to apply glue all the way round the edge of my window. Now I can do this because obviously I'm using one piece. Now if you're using, go down that double window frame, if you're using lots of cutouts, because I don't know, you might want to say a bakery, so you might have cakes and breads and things like that, then obviously you'd need to stick them, fussy cut them out, and then stick them to a piece of paper before, just lining this up, there we go, stick them to a piece of paper before you stick it to your window. Because if you've got a bakery, you might want a shelf there with cakes and things on, and then a shelf there with bread and things on. It's whatever you want. Okay, so I've stuck that down. I've now got a view through my window. The next thing I want to look at doing is I want to decorate the outside. Now I would like to have a window in my door. Most shop windows, you know, shop doors have glass in them, don't they? So I'm going to take my knife and my metal ruler. Move my coffee cup, and I'm going to cut from here to here. So lining it up with that piece there. So I'm cutting all of that top down to that cross bead there. From there all the way down to there. Yeah, so you can see I've taken the top panel, the middle two and the bottom panel just from the top half, and then cut across there, take those out, and then to there, and take that one out. So now I've got a window in the top of my door as well. Now you could carry on and do something like that again if you wanted to, or you may want to put a stamp there with stained glass or something like that. Whatever it is that you want to do, okay? So you could, for example, if you've got some glassine, so I've got a piece of like glassine there, which would be a lovely window. Now if I was to stamp on that, let's see what kind of stamp I can find that would fit nice in there. You want something that either looks like a shop sign or maybe some stained glass. I mean, maybe this stencil would work. Let's have a little look. So take my stencil, find my messy mat, put my stencil on here. Now this shop seems to be blue, so it would make sense to use a blue ink that was ideally permanent. Have I got a blue? Yes, look, I've got my archival Colbert. So if we take that and we find a blue brush, I'm going to ink that up, hold that there, hold it still. You do really need a permanent ink for this, one that's, you know, waterproof. You could even use paint, I suppose. Right. Now look at that. That's a lovely frosted window, isn't it? So now get rid of my messy mat. Remembering this is coffee break crafting, Claire, so we're not supposed to be here forever. And if I apply that there, look at that, I've got a beautiful frosted window. So if I trim round, like so, I put some glue around my newly created window. like that. I lay this down and decide there is where I'd like it. So now I've got my lovely window. So I've got my glass door window and I've got my window there. Now I can offer it to my cardboard. Okay, so I'm going to put my glue on the patterned side of the box. Use any card you like for this. And then just a bit more through the middle. Okay. Other crunchy nut cornflakes are available. And I'm just going to put it down. Now I know that my paper, whoops, I know that my paper is bigger than my card. The only thing I need to make sure, no, you see, don't glue the pattern side, Claire, because then what happens? You can see the pattern through the stained glass. I'll use that one for my back when it's dry. See, muffed that up, didn't I? We all do it, don't we? Okay, glue that, line my bottom up, because the only thing I need to make sure, obviously, is that my door is right at the bottom. Unless you're in the mood to go creating some steps, you need your door at the bottom, like that. Okay, so that is the exterior of my front cover, and I love it. The only other thing I'm going to look at doing is I'd like some plant life along here. Now I have die cut some greenery. I've got these different ones. I'm going to apply some green ink to them so they are green. Now if you haven't, so I'm just looking for a brush. I'll use this brown one. If you haven't got die cuts, maybe you've got leafy stencils. Maybe you could use a stencil. Maybe we could use both. Let's have a look. So let's apply this here. Let's put that there like that. Use the dark one. Now this is Rustic Wilderness. Okay, and we can just add some of this on here. Like that. Yeah, quite like that. And then I'm going to add this one over this side. Whoops. Don't move it, Claire. Okay, so it works fine with stencils, but I'm also going to add my real ones on because I'd like some dimension. So, got that one. And then we've got this one. They're just different die cuts that I've acquired over time. Maybe that one will be in amongst that one. And then this one. Now, if you've got a die that does flowers, or you could even put yourself a little window box there, so you could put tiny flowers there and then put another piece of the blue card on top so it looked like it was in a window box. The world's your oyster with this, really. You can go any way you want to go. Oops, where's my lid? There's my lid. And then we've got this one, which could go there. Now I do like that one there, and that one there, and that one we can just bend round a little bit and put that side. So I'll get my glue again and add some glue to these. And then I'm going to call it quits for today. It's giving you lots to think about if you want to be joining in. And you can get yourself ready to start. You can download the freebie and think about what type of shop you want. You'll probably come up with ideas that I haven't. I mean, I've mentioned bakery and boutique, but you could do all sorts of things. This one's going to be a nightmare to glue because it's got so many little bits. So I'm just going to put a blob of glue on my hand. Obviously, if you're sensitive, you've got sensitive skin, please don't do this. Don't want to be responsible for you coming out in a huge rash or something. But I'm not. So there I've got greenery outside my shop, like that. Was that even on screen? I hope so. Right, so there you go. So get yourself over to my Ko-fi, grab yourself the freebie, decide what shop you want. When I come back next week, we are going to get some signage because we need to know what the shop's called. So we get ourselves some signage, and then I'm going to make a cut down here so that we've got a double opening journal. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.